Hi, and welcome. We're the Weasley Sisters. This is episode 99. I'm Jessica, aka Naturally Nitty.
And I'm Allena, aka Starnuts. Today is February 7th/6th. This is our weekly podcast. If this is your first time watching, welcome. If you're a regular, thanks for coming back. This part of the podcast got
Eaten
deleted.
by Skype.
Yeah, so we're redoing it. But in a little bit, we're going to change position and day and go back to the future.
Yeah.
Because it's called movie magic.
Yes.
So
we'll move on to Mojo. Oh, grab your knitting and craft along with us. We'll move on to Mojo. I have not had any Mojo lately, except for the chapstick cozy that I was making last week. I finished it.
Oh, it looks good.
And I just attached a little thing on it. But I like the button. I found it like kind of matches perfectly. Yep. Chapstick. That's it.
I have I also have a chapstick cozy that I finished, and I turned it in for Care Magical Creatures because it's green.
That's awesome.
I was just taking it out because I needed chapstick.
I was just thinking the same thing.
Okay. So I made mine, and I have this huge button on it because that's how I roll. So big button, self-gradient striping.
It's pretty.
And I hook it to my purse as a zipper pull.
That's cool.
And that way I always have it when I'm out and about.
Mine was also on my purse. I had to go grab it.
Yeah. So now we're going to go back into the future. Bye. Okay, so Friday there is a Awana Grand Prix. And for those of you who don't know what Awana is, it's like a boys and girls club at church for Bella. And she has made a Perry.
That's so cute.
She painted it herself, and don't tell her, but I touched up right there. But she put the eyes on. Can you see they're not really straight?
It's really
and
cute,
it's like,
though.
But yeah, so she made it. So I needed to make a fedora. So I got out some Red Heart Super Saver yarn, which I took it back from Madison because I gave her all of that crap yarn.
Mm-hmm.
She's fine with it. She's making a blanket. Anyways, back to the... So he's not just Perry the Platypus, he's Agent P. So I got some Red Heart Super Saver, and I made a fedora using the Amigurumi book, because there's a fedora hat pattern in there.
That's so cute.
But the Red Heart Super Saver, though it's worsted, and I used an E-hook on this. Look how big that is. So it's a little big. So I then got out some Karen Simply Soft and made another fedora.
Mm-hmm. Very cute.
And this one's a little big too, but Bella just loves it, so...
That's cute.
I think they're gonna glue it on him. I'm not sure. It's fine. But the fedora turned out really fun, and it was really easy. I made it, and she just loves it, and she keeps asking me, can I take it upstairs? And I'm like, no, I need to take pictures. And I was going to take pictures today of the Perry, because this other one that like last couple years ago, I made a Perry, the platypus crochet.
I don't remember
and
that.
So this one will go for that. And she's been playing with it all day.
That's so cute.
And see, for this guy, it's a little too small, but whatever. So she's been asking if she can take it upstairs. And I'm like, I got to take pictures. And I was going to take pictures, but she wants to be in the pictures. So I wasn't able to do that today. Yeah. So that is what I have finished. I think I'm going to turn those in for one of the classes this month. Obviously, I'm going to turn in for one of the classes this month, but we'll talk about those later when we go over the classes.
Okay.
Because this is not only just a regular podcast, it's our planning podcast just a few days late.
That's my fault.
That's okay. No big deal. So, now we're on to works in progress.
Yes.
What are you working on?
Leah's blanket. My progress has slowed down. I've been in like a crafting non-mojo funk. I don't know. Anyway, so I've done like a few extra stripes, like maybe that much since last time. I also I finished Clue 2 on my Follow Your Arrow Mystery knit along. And I only have 24-inch needles, so it's all like jumbled up. But this triangle in here was like the beginning of it, and then you picked up along two sides, and you worked in some short rows.
Oh, cool.
And
I actually saw someone's laid out and it looked really cool.
Yeah, so that's mine. I'm ready to start Clue 3. I lost my second duel and third because my dueling partner just finished the third clue, and I haven't even started it.
Oh, I thought you had to wait.
But that's okay. Yeah, like I'm just not
into
doing
it.
I'm into it. I'm not. I haven't been. I don't know. It's something. I'm just.
You've lost your mojo.
A lot's been going on, so like I'm mentally like at the end of the day when I normally knit, I'm just like, ugh. And like I'll sit there with my blanket on me, like holding the crochet hook, and like I'll do a few rows and then just like sit, and I'm just like I don't want to do anything. So
now I don't want to make you feel bad, but you losing your mojo, don't get mad at me. It kind of makes me feel good.
That's
because okay. Like how many weeks do I have like nothing to show?
Yeah.
And
it happens.
You are like rocking it. So it kind of makes me feel good, and I'm sure there's people watching who are like, "Yay!"
I'm totally fine with that. Yeah, I'm not crafty all the time. I'm just exhausted, and like I had like a killer headache for the past 2 days. Today I was better, but and I was like, I can't do anything. I don't know if it was a migraine. I used to never ever get headaches, but lately I'll get them once in a while, and they're so bad. So anyways, so that's it, I think. Yep.
Okay. I have lots of works in progress, and I've actually been working on them slowly but surely. I'll reach over here and grab my order mission is coming along.
Very cool.
I'm going to just like kind of show it this way because the yarn is kind of like changing color. Oh, that's where I am.
Don't lose it.
And but it kind of changes color. I think it's really cool.
It's striped.
Almost. Yeah. So very it's cool. It's going really good. I usually clip this to my purse on Sundays and take it with me.
Mm-hmm.
Now I have been working during school hours when we do school. If I'm sitting there, if I have time, I will pull out my owl and start working on it. So I measured, and this is about okay, trying to show you the front. This is about 15 inches, and I have to go 17 and a half.
Okay.
It might be 15 and a half. So I only have 2 more inches before I start the ribbing. That's 5 inches. But ribbing isn't as... I don't know why, because you're still doing knits and purls, but you're doing it in sets of 2, so it's not as like...
It breaks it up.
A whole row of purl, you know?
Yeah.
Not that I hate purls, because, you know, I really don't hate any knitting, but...
Very cool.
Yeah, so that's cool. Like, seeing that was really cool. And I commandeered this bag from Bella. I had made it. This quilted, like, cushiony bag bag to carry their laptops in to and from the center, but she decided she wanted a backpack and she's just too cool for cars. So I'm like, I'm going to take that back. And then she had the nerve to get annoyed with me for taking it back. And I was like, you're not even using it. It's laying on the floor in your room. I'm going to use it because I did have it in my big felted bag
Mhm.
that had all the yarn, but that was just too big. So I needed a step in between. And let's see. I still have the Stitch Surfer socks, which I'm not really working on right now. They're just kind of waiting because after the craziness of starting them and not finishing them for classes last month, I kind of lost my mojo on them. So they're just waiting, but that's okay. I'm not too bad. But I did start a purple wallaby twice. The first time I started
With sparkles.
oh, I know, isn't that fun?
That is fun.
So the first time I started, I used 5s and I was going to use 5 and 7s. But when I got to the 7, I noticed my gauge was really small and I would have to cast on more, which annoyed me. So I went up to, and I started with 5 and 7s because I couldn't find my 6s or my 8s.
Yeah.
No, I knew where my 8s were. I just didn't want to use them. They were my Audi 8s and I don't like them. I wanted to use my Knit Picks interchangeable 8s, and I have both of my 8 tips are in use other places. So I was like, I will just use 7s, but that didn't work. So I went back, and my gauge is only a little bit more relaxed with the 8.
Okay.
Because I was getting 5.5 stitches to the inch, and the wallaby pattern wants 4.5 stitches. And so I was like, that's way too big. Now I'm getting 5 stitches to the inch, but I went up a size, so it's the right size.
Oh, okay. I think
It
I
makes sense
usually
to me.
use 9s on wallabies.
Well, this worsted is... I didn't want... The last time I tried a bigger size, it was just too loose, and I want this to not... You know how some acrylic, when you knit with it, it just gets stretchier and stretchier and stretchier?
Yeah.
I didn't want that to happen, so that's why I wanted it to be a little bit tighter,
Yeah.
if that makes sense. Anyways, so I am finally back to where I'm ahead of where I was when I had to rip and start over. But it's a size up because I'm trying to do size 6, but since I'm getting 5 stitches to the inch, I'm knitting size 8, and it'll just be in between 6 and 8. But it's turning out really good. So it's for a friend of ours. Her birthday's at the end of the month. She's turning 5, and she's always interested in my knitting, and she always asks to use my measuring thing. But then she reminds me that the one that I let her play with that she lost, they found it, but it's broken. So I'm just going to have to get another one. So I purposefully leave my measuring tapes at home when we go over there because I lose them enough on my own. I don't need a little kid losing them for me. But I do have set aside yarn, a measuring tape to make an owl for her too. So here's a question though. I need to propose to you. So I had this yarn, and when I did the math, I couldn't figure out, I didn't have the pattern with me when I was at the store first buying the yarn. And I texted you, and you weren't at home, so you didn't have the pattern. Oh, you were at home, but someone had your pattern. Yeah. Something like that. So we couldn't figure it out because the pattern is a multiple of sizes, so the yarn range, it goes from like 200 to like 1,000.
Yeah.
Which doesn't help you when you're trying to find a specific size.
Right.
So I finally sat down and did the math, and for the size I'm making, I needed 8 skeins, 5 skeins, 4 skeins for the size 8 and 6 at 220 some odd yards, 240 yards a skein. So I did the math. I had 5 skeins. I had 5 skeins of the purple. So I went back to see if I could find it. No, I had 4 skeins of the purple, and they only have 130. I had enough for 600 yards, and I needed like 800. So I went back, and I couldn't find any more of the purple because I got it at Walmart because I'm knitting this for a 5-year-old who's the youngest girl of She's the second youngest child in a family with 8 children, so I wanted it to be easy wash,
Right.
not no special care. She can just throw it in with the other laundry and not worry about special care.
Yeah,
Um, because even sometimes superwash wool will shrink a little bit.
it does.
Sometimes. So, anyways, I couldn't find any more of the purple. And first of all, I got it at Walmart, and I really don't like going to Walmart. It's just stupid. It's just horrible at our Walmart. Like, other Walmarts aren't as bad as ours, but it's really bad at ours. So I was there, and I was getting annoyed, and I couldn't find the purple. So I found this, and she's a girly girl. So I found this, like, magenta pink. Do you think that looks okay? And I figured I got two balls of it, so now I have the right amount of yardage. I figure I'll just stripe it.
Okay.
So here's my question. Okay, all of that to this question. Do you think that I should do the pocket in the pink?
Yes.
Okay, because I was going to do that or stripe and then just do the stripe along the pocket too. But I wasn't sure if I wanted to do that.
I would stripe it, but still do the pocket pink. It would be cute.
So stripe the background, but do the pocket all pink.
Yeah.
Not stripe.
No, because then you have to carry it up, and that's just a pain in the butt.
Okay. Pocket pink and stripe, which I probably should add a stripe in.
I would say, how big are your stripes going to be?
I think I'm going to just stripe as I see fit, which usually tends to be random. Like 5, 3, whatever I feel like.
Sounds good.
So, yeah. That's the end of my works in progress and my question.
Awesome.
Sorry it took me like 10 minutes to get there.
That's okay.
So, next up is spinning. Have you been spinning?
No. But
do you have any spinning at all?
I have, let me finish the stitch. I dyed, for Mom's birthday this year, which was November 2nd.
Yes.
I had ordered.
That was a while ago. Never mind. I'm not a bad daughter. I remember to call her on her birthday.
That was a long time ago. I ordered fiber, and remember it was from Paradise Fiber, and
it didn't come. And
yeah, because they were waiting on one color, and then they finally sent it to me, which is fine. But I bought a pound of superwash merino. Just a white, and I was gonna dye it for her. Well, she wanted tweed colored yarn that's brown with orange flecks.
Okay.
So I said,
tweed
well,
yarn?
I don't know how tweedy I can make it because I'm spinning it, but I'll try. So I dyed it mostly brown.
Oh, cool.
With and then I just laid it in a pan. I did mostly brown, and I left some white spots, and then I sprinkled just the acid dye, the powder, on the white parts with the orange, and then I squished it down, which I think it turned out okay.
Yeah, that looks super fallish.
Yeah. So there's a little more white spots than I wanted. Because
that will make it look tweedy.
The greatest. We'll see. And I said, if it doesn't turn out after I spun it, we can always over dye it with more brown. But there's some places where the dye kind of broke the brown, and it turned a grayish, almost purpley.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think it'll look cool. We'll see. I'm planning on. I have 2 hunks that are roughly 8-ish ounces. I just ripped it in half. I didn't really measure or anything. Oh, it smells like soak. I love it. Anyways, I'm planning on splitting these really thin lengthwise, a lot of times, and then just spinning up as much as I can and plying them together randomly. 2-ply.
Okay.
I think she needs worsted weight. I need to check. But then I'm thinking because the thinner you ply it or split it, the smaller the stretches of the orange will be. So that'll give it the more tweed looking color bursts, right? Because
Right.
if I just spun it as is, then the orange would stretch out like way longer.
Right.
But if I split it like, like finger size or so and spin it from that, then it'll only be like a little bit and have flecks of the orange and white in there. That's my goal. So I could probably start spinning that. Um, Dog here, but yeah.
Now, is that for your order mission?
It's for nothing. It's for a class. I don't know. I'm confessing that I didn't read the classes. So I'm going to try and figure out where to put the dyeing, and then I'll spin some of it for another class. And I don't know if I'll finish it all this month, but I'm going to try and finish it all by the end of the term so she can use it as like a owl or something. Because I'm pretty sure she has a specific pattern that she wants to do. But yeah, that's all I have spinning wise. I didn't start it yet. Oh, it's cold down here. My fingers are.
I haven't been any spinning, but I did finish my loop bat, which, if you remember, I took it apart, took the loop bat apart, then split it in half.
It's insane.
And then spun it so I could knit from both sides and have matching socks. So I spun starting with one color and then spun it and then finished with that same color, if that makes sense.
Yes, totally.
So I Navajo plied it, so it's a 3-ply, and I got 394.17 yards.
That's pretty good.
So that is 1,182.51 yards of singles. Boom on the bonus points. But like I was gonna turn this in for Care of Magical Creatures because it's all greens and blues. I would just like kind of open this up a little bit to show you all the colors.
It's really pretty.
But as I was doing it, I was like, oh, that'll work for Herbology because of the color changes. So I like explained it all and I turned it in. But then they said the color changing had to come from different yarns. So, but I could turn it in just to mark rows. So I was like, okay. So I went and took out all of my information that I came up with. Because you know how like sometimes if you're explaining the colors, you need to like match the prompt. And I did that. But they didn't want it. So I just took it out because I was like, they don't need all this stupid information about nothing. So I was just kind of like, whatever. And I took it all out and turned it into Mark Rose. So it saved me thought. But whatever. But I got 17 wraps per inch when I wrapped it. But to me, it looks like a sport weight. Like a heavy fingering, maybe.
Okay.
So they'll be nice socks, I think. If I knit them tight enough, they'll work out really nice. But it's got merino, angelina, and nylon. That's what it is, a blend of. And it's super soft, and I just love it. I haven't tied the little note, because you know how you get a note card with it? I usually write all that information on it and tie it to it. I haven't done that yet, because, yeah.
It's very pretty.
But turned out awesome, and I should just I have all this sock yarn that I've spun, but I have never knit hand spun socks.
You should. They're comfy.
I should. But the whole I just can't finish a pair of socks in one.
Well, those, are you gonna do just like plain because it'll stripe or gradient, or are you gonna do a pattern?
Yeah, no, I think I'll just do plain.
It'd be a cool cardio knitting project.
Yeah. Yeah, it would. But that's all I have for spinning.
Okay.
So, next up we have sewing. Have you been doing any sewing?
Nope.
I have. Lots of it. So lately, I'll talk about this later, but I got some lavender and cedar chips in the mail that I had ordered. So today I've been making up little sachets. They're in Ziploc bags because they are very potent,
Oh, really?
and I wanted to keep the smells
Contained.
as their smells. So I have, these are the lavender ones that I've been making, and then here's some of the,
Cedar.
and they're triangular because everyone has, this is my reasoning. Everyone has, I'm gonna get them out. They smell so good. Everyone and their mom has the flat sachets. So I was like, I want to do something more fun. So I was like, I'm just going to make them triangular
They're very cute.
because triangles are fun. Now this one is, I have, like I said, I have cedar chips and then I have lavender. And then I was like, well, maybe some people don't like straight up lavender. So I mixed, like this one is a cedar and lavender mix. So it has kind of like a woodsy smell to it too. Not that lavender isn't very woodsy itself. Like to me, lavender's a little woodsy. Like it's florally, but like still like an earthy smell.
Yeah.
But like cedar is more like a woodsy, earthy smell. So I think they go really well together. Plus, like cedar helps with like mildew smells.
Okay.
Not that lavender does it, but cedar really does because you know you use those cedar mothballs for that stuff or cedar blocks or like a cedar chest. So, I thought, you know, maybe someone who is storing stuff in their basement or they want to keep like their suitcases fresh, you just throw one in there.
Yeah, no,
So,
that's cool.
yeah. So, I've been sewing that lately. That's what I've been doing. Oh, and I've been doing like special orders, which tomorrow is my photo shoot day. I hope the sun comes out. But that's all that I've been doing for sewing.
Okay. Moving on to
Next up,
gym.
yeah, gym. So I set a goal. I'm just going to go right now. I set a goal to work out twice and to pick up a weight training. And I told Andy, and I thought he would be so like, oh yeah, you can come and I'll help you. Because he's all about lifting weights and stuff. And I told him, and he was like, I thought he was going to be like, oh cool, I'll help you. No, you know what he said? He goes, you're not working out when I'm working out. I was like, what? I was like, forget it. So like my whole plan to add weight training just kind of went kablooey because
Stinker.
I know. It was really kind of sad. So,
Um,
but I did do one cardio knit so far this week. I'm going to fail my goals because I said I would do weight training and it didn't happen. But I do plan on cardio knitting tomorrow as well.
I do too. I've done one as well this week, and I need to do another. Oh, I forgot to bring. I picked out yarn to send you, even though I failed my last week's goal to send
You
it
need
out.
to.
But I picked it out. That's like farther
That's
than
good.
I've gotten.
Send it. You know what my address is.
I know. I just it's sitting on my shelf.
That's cool.
But
it
I
needs
was
to get into an envelope.
I know. I picked it out. I call that progress.
Okay.
That's
Now
it.
you need to like move it upstairs so it's up.
It is
in
upstairs.
your
That's
case.
where
Oh.
most of my sock yarn is. Down here's my fiber stash and hand
Oh.
spun. Upstairs is like worsted weight and sock yarn. That's it. Sorry.
That's good. Okay, now we're on to somewhat randomness, and then we'll go on to our
Planning
podcast. I totally spaced. So randomly, anything going on in your life?
I've just been busy and crazy.
Okay. I have had a lot going on too. It's been a little busy and crazy.
I just don't think it's anything that you guys want to hear about, so I'm not going to bore you with it. It's like, you know.
Me, on the other hand, I'm
kid
going to
stuff.
totally bore you. So I ordered some. Oh, I thought I brought it in here. So, like I said, I ordered some like lavender and cedar to make sachets because when you knit and spin, you get very passionate about moth repelling. So,
Yes.
yes, that's why I did it. But while I was ordering those, I also, from the same place, ordered some essential oils.
Ooh.
And I had some lotion making stuff
Mm-hmm.
already from when I made it the last time. So then the essential oils I got, like I researched the essential oils and I made some muscle balm.
Ooh.
Now, I did not get arnica. I looked up different stuff because he was using the arnica salve and we were running out and he was just like, I don't know. He was just like, blah, blah, blah. And I think really what his problem with his elbow is he has some arthritis in there.
Hmm.
Like big, early arthritis, because he's like 35. So, but I think it's just from repetition and all that stuff, like playing basketball. And then like all the stuff when he was in the army, just
Right.
hard work on because he was a mechanic. So he was like always, anyways. So I looked up some essential oils, the ones that like treat are for like arthritis and stuff like that. Like I seriously did a lot of research. So I got some essential oils and I made this mix up I kind of like hodgepodged a couple of recipes together and just put the essential oils in. And so he used it today and he said it worked great. Like I put it in a little jar so he has to like scoop it out, kind of like Tiger Balm,
Okay.
only not with all the crap in that.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, that works really good." And he said, and it doesn't smell as bad as like Tiger Balm or anything.
Yeah.
Um, so, and then these are like the extras. Like I filled up the little jar, and so I made little handheld ones. So I did that.
Very cool.
Then there's more. So I was on Nimble Sticks, and someone was like, or I follow them on Facebook. Like I go to on Nimble Sticks, but I also follow them on Facebook. And they were like, "Oh, look, here's someone destashing." And I clicked the link. Don't click the link. Seriously. You don't click links. So I looked and she had this um display. So I got it and I thought it was supposed to be this one. Like I was going to use it for my bags.
Yeah.
But I can't figure out how to set it up. She told me to go. I asked if it was missing parts or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and she told me no, she never opened it. So to maybe go look at their website and see if they have instructions on how to set it up.
Yeah.
But I figure I can figure it out, but it's just not the shape I thought. But I think it'll still work for the most part. It's just not as many of hangy things as I had wanted.
You could always drill holes like that go around the whole pole thing, like
Yeah,
in a
I might.
spiral.
Well, it's like I think the pattern, the one it looks like it's like they have these, but it's like cut in little squares, so it goes like around.
Oh.
That's what I thought I was getting. But again, I only paid like a few bucks for it, so I'm not really upset because it'll still work.
Yeah.
But so I got that. But while I was there to make it worth my while, I got more. So I got she had these cute nostipins. So I got this one
Very cool.
because I have one and it can't hurt to have another one. And it was very inexpensive because it was a D-stash. And I got these cute little earrings that she had never worn.
Are they
Here.
spindles?
Yes! Aren't they awesome?
They are cute.
They're like a denim blue.
That's adorable.
I know. And I had to get those. And they were super cheap. Because they were like ones she must have gotten for like gifts and then just never gave them away and she wanted to clean up.
Yeah.
Then I was looking and I was like, oh, she has some magazines and books. And I was just kind of like, I don't really want any of those books. Or the books that I wanted were already taken. Then she had...
You are bad.
a bunch of... Oh, seriously, I did not spend that much. Like,
okay.
It
I'm
was
just
very
teasing.
cheap because she was. So remember when I went through my spin-offs and I realized I was missing 2 from when I subscribed.
Yeah.
She had the one, let me find it. She had this one that I was missing. Pretty sure. And then I was like, well, while I'm looking, I don't have these ones. And I was like, would you consider giving me everything for this price? And she was, because she had put on the magazines make an offer.
Yeah.
Or so much for this many, for like, this many a piece.
Yeah.
So I got the one I was missing. I'm still missing one, but she didn't have it. And then she had like older ones, like 2010 and under,
Mm-hmm.
like 2009, 2006. So I got these really cool. So I was looking at them. Like some of them are really cool. Like this one has different like fibers to try. I always like spin-off. Then this one is like natural dyes.
I think I have that one.
See, I don't, because I wasn't spinning in 2009. Then this one is like a silky spindle, bobbin lead, blah, blah, blah. That one's not like super specific. This one has coils and Navajo plying and chubby yarns. And this one has cotton, silkworms, stuff like that.
Very cool.
And then there's more. This one is this one's like an earlier one, 2006. It's still a square, but a square binding.
Mm-hmm.
You know how the ones they are now are more like magazines, and this one's like a square one. So this one must have been early on in the thing. But this one is machine knitting to dye for. Hand spinning, machine knitting, dyeing, hand knitting, all in one bag. So, and then this one has the Great Spinning Wheel Roundup in it from 2008. So, I got a bunch of magazines for really cheap.
Cool.
I was excited to add to my library. So, yeah, that's what I've been doing. And it all came on like the same day. Lots of craziness going on in this house. One more crazy thing. I would have totally missed it had this person not contacted me. Our 100th episode is next week. We're going to celebrate.
Yay.
And Pakasha of Younger Yarn contacted me and wants to give away a skein of Turbo Twist yarn, her sock Turbo Twist, dyed to order.
That's so sweet.
So what we're going to do after this is opened, this podcast is up, we're going to open a thread in our Weasley Sisters podcast group on Ravelry. And to enter, what you need to do is submit a photo for inspiration. Because Pakasha was saying she's not feeling inspired to dye, so she wants you to inspire her. So not what inspires you, but pick a picture that you would love to see dyed into yarn and help inspire Pakasha.
Fun.
Yes, and I am going to go into my box of sewn things and pull out a whip bag, which is one of my drawstring bags, to donate. I'll take a picture of it tomorrow on photo day, and I will open a thread in there. I will open a thread for that one too, and you can win a work in progress bag from me.
Cool.
So there's a skein of yarn you can win and a work in progress bag. For our 100th episode, we're giving you stuff.
Very cool.
Great. That's all we have for our random randomness. Now let's get on to our planning podcast. Sorry it took so long.
And
We're going
you
to plan.
probably have all planned already.
But that's okay. We'll help you plan even better
All right.
because we're awesome.
Are we skipping over all the
We can just say what the
okay?
dates. The end of the February, your newts, 75%, your owls, 50% are due. Your Order of the Phoenix mission, keep working on it. It's not, you can't start turning it in until the 1st of March.
Yeah.
Right now, Quidditch, tomorrow, which will be when the podcast releases,
Ooh.
so today, is the longest Quidditch match in history, or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, the longest Quidditch match in history. And I copied and pasted this because this challenge is current. It's starting, tomorrow/today, depending
Okay.
on when you're listening to this. So for this challenge, a student may submit up to 3 projects started and finished during the time of this event. Explain how your projects display an attribute of one of the teams listed in post 4. You do not have to choose the same team that you chose in the first challenge, nor does each item have to be for the same team for this round. Show us your skills and how you would be an asset to the team listed. Each project will be awarded a base of 15 points. Bonus points will be given for cumulative yardage up to the cumulative yardage of all 3 projects. Up to 250 yards and more will get 10 bonus points. 500 yards and more will get 35 bonus points. 750 will get 60 bonus points. So, if you have mad knitting skills and you can knit a sweater between the 7th and the 26th,
Boom.
do it. And also I'm thinking those dates are the same as the Olympics. So if you're doing something for the Ravelenics, you might as well just turn it in for Quidditch as well.
Cool.
Yes. Now let's get on to the classes.
All right. So first up we have arithmancy. We're doing karmic lessons and hidden passions. So the first option is karmic lessons. Craft something you secretly are longing for. Are you a Slytherin who deep down inside wants to knit a pink frilly scarf?
Okay, here's my thing.
I like pink.
I know.
I'm just
Just
kidding.
because you're a Slytherin doesn't mean you can't wear pink and frilly.
Well, yeah,
It
but
might have crossbones on it, but whatever. I'm just kidding. It doesn't have to have crossbones on it at all.
okay. Are you a Ravenclaw who secretly wants to create an army of mochi mochi? Here's your chance. Number 2 is hidden passions. What are you passionate about? Is it a book, a movie, a person, anime, socks, the bride from Kill Bill? Craft them all. I think that's pretty cool and wide open.
Totally. And also I have to take offense for Ravenclaw people because just not only Ravenclaw want to make an army of Mochi Mochi because I have that book and I personally want an army of them as well.
I think they're just giving little
I know.
examples.
I'm not really taking offense. I'm totally joking.
That's
It's
fine.
a really good prompt. So,
no, yeah, that's fun. Oops.
I am not sure what I'm going to knit for that. Though I think if I do ever get around to making that Doctor Who amigurumi, it might go in there because that is one of my hidden passions. 1, Doctor Who. 2, amigurumi. Yeah. If I get around to making it, that's might be what I make. How about you? Are you gonna make a pink frilly scarf?
No.
How about pink?
I like pink, but like I think I'm over it. Orange is now my new fave. I know. But orange was my favorite a while ago too. I don't know. Either way, I like both. I don't know. I really don't know. I have a hidden passion of processing fleece, but that doesn't really count for a class. Which kind of sucks.
And I'm not sure if they're taking non-Ravelry crafts. You could
Probably
always
not.
ask them.
Yeah, well, I don't feel the want to do it right now.
Okay, I was gonna say you could propose it as your hidden passion.
I could. Well, that's what I'm saying. That's my hidden passion. So I don't know. We'll see. I don't really have any ideas for anything, so I'm probably not going to help anyone today.
Okay.
And I'm sorry.
I am in a weird mood today, so.
Astronomy.
Astronomy. Option 1. Study the full snow moon or the full hunger moon. You can take a literal approach or give a go at spinning bulky. Whoops, I totally just skipped a row. You can take a literal approach or go the more figurative route. Perhaps you could try thrumming with those big fluffy tufts of yarn. Give a go at spinning bulky or super bulky yarn, or even dyeing the perfect winter's night colorway. Option 2. A deeper appreciation of Luna Lovegood. Allow her to be your muse as you work on your assignment. Weave, knit, crochet, or dye 3 or more colors that you normally wouldn't think go together. Spin some novelty yarn. Whatever you create, be sure to explain how your assignment is inspired by her. I wonder if you could spin for that one. Doesn't have it in there. Anyways, option 3. Be a bit cheesy. Create something silly, quirky, or just plain cheesy. If you can make us giggle, we'll accept it.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah.
thinking. I'm sorry.
They talk about in the prompt like what the full snow moon looks like and stuff, so you could do that.
Is that why they were talking about like fluffy yarn because it's full? Or what's that all about for the first option? I was a little confused by that.
Yeah, they talk about it in the
Okay,
prompt.
I'll have to go actually read lessons.
But you could also do something super cheesy.
Everything I do is cheesy. I'm just kidding.
Like something silly, you know.
Yeah. I'd have to think about it.
Yeah.
My brain isn't working. No, I was almost thinking, could I somehow make this fiber Luna inspired? Or no,
because orange and brown kind of already go together because they're fall colors.
Okay.
Right? Because it says weave, knit, crochet, or dye 3 or more colors together that you wouldn't think go together. Spin some novelty yarn.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Oh well.
But I bet you could make it go with the dye the perfect winter's night colorway.
True.
Not
that it has to fit in there. I need to figure out the other classes.
Yeah, I'm not sure what I would do for that class, but it's a pretty wide open class. Like, you could do, anything silly and put it in there.
True.
Or if you're going to spin art yarn, that would be a good class for that.
Yeah. All right, moving on.
Yeah.
Care of magical creatures is demiguise. Am I saying that right?
Sounds good to me.
Option 1, study the demiguise diet of leaves. Oh, maybe that could be my yarn.
Definitely.
Option 2, study the art of weaving as if you were weaving demiguise hair. That's cool that they have a weaving option. Yeah. Or option 3, study the demiguise hair and or coloring, white or white with black or silk.
Yeah, that one definitely would work for your leaves one.
Yeah, totally. I am going to put that in.
Well, because the demiguise is what makes invisibility cloaks.
Okay.
Which is why they were saying weaving, because you would weave the demiguise hair into your invisibility cloak. So that's why.
Very cool.
I was like thinking about that one. I was thinking maybe I would go into my stash and see if I have any silk. Maybe spin some silk. Because I have those silk cocoons you gave me. And they're white.
Cool.
Don't, didn't you give me some silk? Maybe
Maybe.
you didn't. From when you got um, that D-stash sale that
Yeah,
that guy was.
maybe. I don't know. I haven't looked through that stuff in a while.
You gave me some silk. I know it because I looked at it.
I believe you.
I know maybe they weren't silk cocoons. Maybe they were silk. It was
Noils?
yeah,
With
silk
like, yeah,
noils.
I think I do remember having that stuff.
So and it's white. So maybe I would
I've
spin
heard
it.
silk is hard to spin by itself.
Well, whatever.
Not that you can't do it, I was just commenting.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. That is a big fat maybe for me. So, next up is flying/charms. Option 1, knit, crochet, weave, craft an object that will cushion you from any type of fall.
A
Make us
pillow.
believers as to why this will cushion you. Option 2, knit, crochet, weave, craft an object that will prevent you from falling. Convince us that this will prevent you from your fall. Option 3, spin, dye. Oh, okay. I get these options now. This option is for spinning and dyeing. Spin or dye some fluff that will help cushion you, or spin or dye some rope yarn that will prevent you from falling.
Awesome.
So this was the Arresto Memento or whatever that
Okay.
one that Hermione always uses when you fall.
Cool.
And if Hermione didn't know that, you would get hurt. But anyways,
I might spin my fiber for that. Or yarn.
or you could count. Oh, okay, yeah,
Because it can be rope.
agree. Yeah, I don't
But
have anything for that.
well, I
but
was
thought it
originally thinking, I've always wanted, I wove and made a pillow out of like yarn, obviously. But I've always wanted to make more for my couches. So it'd be cool to make a cushion, or a pillow, because that would cushion your fall, obviously.
Yeah.
So that's a good option. And weaving enough for a pillow is not hard at all.
No, I actually wouldn't know because I've never done it, but I'll take your word for it.
It was fun. All right. History of magic. Craft something related to a legend or tale, or to its historical wizarding origins. Knit Little Red Riding Hood's cloak. Weave Arachne's tapestry. Crochet booties worn by the Kneazle from Puss in Boots. Or spin with Sleeping Beauty. Ooh, I could spin for that too. Let your imagination and your collection of myths, tales, and legends have free reign. That's a fun option.
Yeah, so that one was, the premise was most fairy tales and tales, Muggle fairy tales, are based on something they saw in the wizarding world.
Okay.
So like Puss in Boots was a Kneazle wearing booties.
Yeah.
You know, like as an example.
Yeah.
So
no, that's cool.
Like this one is really cool because we've been watching as a family. Okay, when I say as a family, I mean me and the girls have been watching Once Upon a Time.
Mm-hmm.
Like we'll watch like one a night. So we just started season 2 on Once Upon a Time on Netflix. And Bella and Madison are all like, every time we watch it, they're like, what is this happening? Who's that? What's their real name? Blah, blah. And I'm like, I don't know. I've never seen it. Just shut up. So yeah, they were like all excited to see Mulan because I don't know if you've watched that, but she's in the 2nd season. So they were all excited for that, and
yeah,
that's it. But so like that, watching that has given me some ideas.
Yeah, I like ones.
Like I'm gonna have to, if I finish this purple sweater, which I kind of need to, I'm gonna have to fit it in somewhere. So I'll have to figure something out. I don't
It
know what.
could
But
be
someone shared on Facebook. Okay, this is kind of relating to this, sort of. They shared, I think it was Katie, which is Caffeinated Katie, on Ravelry. She shared like the time period dress of the Disney princesses, like what they would really look like a drawing of them.
okay.
So they had like Pocahontas and actual like like how they have her in the Disney movie would be totally different than what they used to wear.
Yeah.
Um, but at the end they had Maleficent, and her dress was totally awesome with the dragons coming up it. So ever since seeing that, I was like, totally awesome.
I did not see that.
It's awesome. You should go look for it.
I will.
But yeah, I think it was Katie. It might have been someone else. It might have been Kay. I don't remember who shared it, but it was totally awesome. But yeah, so like that kind of stuff kind of made me like it gets you thinking. Like if you're thinking, Once Upon a Time is pretty good.
Yes.
Yes. Next up is the Olympics. I mean, Muggle Studies. Muggle Studies is focusing on the Olympics. What they want you to do is craft something using all the colors of a flag of a country participating in the Olympics. Please include the country you choose to study in your turn-in. You may not add colors that are not found in the flag itself. You may not omit colors. Shades of the same color will be permitted. For example, light blue substituted for a medium blue is acceptable, but light green may not be used for yellow or gold. If in doubt, please check with the professors first.
Interesting.
So you kind of have to like know what countries are participating in the Olympics and pick them. I don't have any ideas for that one.
No, I don't either. But if you have a certain color scheme of something you want to make, like hat or mittens or whatever, like I'm sure you could Google flags in the Olympics
Well, I know that the
and figure
German
it out.
flag is black and yellow and red. There you go. I just gave you one.
I mean, I know, but like if you don't want to knit with those, you know what I mean? Like if you have
No, I mean like if you're gonna knit.
certain colors that you want to make something, you could like search and see if there's a flag with those colors on it.
And I know Japan's is red and white.
So is Canada.
Maybe
Right?
Japan's has black in it too.
I don't remember. I'm horrible. Go look it
America's
up.
is red, white,
Not
blue.
you. What? Red,
I
white,
said
and blue.
America.
It is.
America's is red, white, and blue.
You're so smart.
But I know like you can get like some self-striping yarns in certain colors. Like I know for a fact there's one of the Germany flag ones because I got some.
I just stabbed my finger.
I'm sorry. So yeah, but yeah, I think that's cool. Like that's a good one.
Yeah.
It's not really restricting you to a project, just colors, which is cool.
Yeah. But you have to use them all. And
Yeah.
only them. Not that that's bad, but whatever. All right. Potions. Craft something depicting the colors or color changes of the love potion antidote while it brews. Number 2, end an obsession. Craft a project or use a technique that you have obsessed over and won't be happy until you have completed it.
I put the FAQs in there so that we could talk about that because
there's a lot of them.
Yeah, well, because basically it was about the
colors.
Yeah.
So the wiki says that in the book the potion was clear, so white for our purposes. In the movie it was red, and in the video game it's pink. So I'm assuming they will accept all of those colors.
Yeah.
And then the game gives even more detailed color changes Add 4 Wigan Tree twigs until the potion turns green. Stir until the potion turns orange. Add castor oil until the potion turns blue. Stir until the potion turns purple. Add extract of Gertie root until the potion turns red. Add Wigan Tree twigs. Add extract of Gertie root until the potion turns purple. Leave the potion to simmer until it turns red. Add more Gertie root extract until it turns green. Stir until it turns orange. Add 7 more Wigan Tree twigs. Allow to simmer until it turns pink. So.
And you have an antidote.
Boom.
Sorry, I just had to say that. You're done.
They're saying we'll accept any combination of these colors for option 1, including the book or film end color with the game progress color. So like all those colors that I just said, plus the white and red and pink, you can combine in any order or, amount and hand in something with those colors. So that I was just gonna say, that's your wallaby. It's purple.
I know. Boom. Pink and purple with sparkles. Speaking of pink, I need to add a stripe.
Cool.
That is cool.
So what do you have? You have pink, red, white, green, orange, blue, purple, pink.
And white.
Said pink and red.
You already say white?
Whatever. Probably. That's a lot of colors.
I see like a self-striping yarn. Like I know there's a lot of dyers out there.
You just dyed all that.
Like dye a self-striping yarn, all those colors. Like call it Love Potion Antidote. Booyah, baby. I just got a colorway for you.
That's funny.
And then like you could also just call it Antidote. And then just like it would be totally awesome, don't you think?
Totally, actually. I would buy it. So
you would start with a self-striping yarn that starts and it goes, let me see. So it would go white, green, orange, blue, purple, red, green, orange, pink.
That would probably be hideous. That's the colorway, though.
Actually, it wouldn't be that hideous because, like, you like orange and pink, and blue and orange are contrasting colors, so they look okay together.
Yep.
I don't really like red and pink together, but some people do. And with Valentine's barf coming up, it's gonna, it'll go really well.
Someone should just make a scarf, like, with random things and just have it all those colors. That would be cool. Like, in the order. But anyways.
Back to classes. Transfiguration is up next. Your project should resemble a kumquat fruit in some way, either being small or yellow or orange. Please refer to the FAQ in post 1 of this thread for clarifications of the terms small, orange, and yellow. FAQ. How small is small enough to fit this prompt? Your item to qualify as small needs to be small for small people, such as babies or toddlers, or in a small size as opposed to medium or large. So it could be a small thing for an elephant and still be acceptable, or a mini item instead of a full-size item. So, how much yellow or orange do I need to have in my project? Over 50% of the item needs to be visibly orange and or yellow. No qualification on other colors.
This month really likes orange.
Yeah, this month, I know.
Sorry.
Does it need to be small and orange/yellow? Nope. Small or yellow or orange. Large yellow objects or small green ones are completely acceptable. This is the FAQ.
I know, but it's like so like specific. It makes me laugh.
So, I am turning in
a large yellow
fedoras.
ball.
I'm turning in 2 small fedoras because they are too small for me.
Very cute.
And they're small.
They
And one
are
is smaller
small.
than the other. Still being small. They're small. That's what I'm turning in for Transfiguration. Small. Smallish things. I think it would be cute to knit those hamster beans. One orange and one yellow. And then one whatever color you want. And turn them in because they would be small and orange and yellow.
That's a
Hitting all
cute
3
idea.
points of a kumquat. Though I always thought kumquats were green too. Not that I've actually ever had one
I
before,
think I
so it's
have. I don't
nice.
remember though. I don't know. Joe brings home funny fruit from work
Now, are those
sometimes.
the ones that you can just eat? You don't have to peel?
I'm pretty sure.
I
And
have
they're
had
kind of
them. I thought
gross.
they... Oh, I liked them.
Oh, I don't
They were
remember.
very lemony-y, tangy,
Was that a
citrusy.
kumquat? Joe brought those home. Maybe they are.
I thought they were good.
I don't remember.
But they're small and orange and yellow.
Yellowish. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
But they are small.
They are very.
Okay.
But you know what I'm saying? You should make hamster beans. Maybe I will, because they're small. And they're cute.
Yeah.
Or maybe I'll knit my army of Moochie Moochies.
You could.
And some of them will spill into that class.
I don't know what I'll make.
I like small things. Little, like if you look up in my office, I have little small things on my shelf. They're small and cute. Some are owls, some are unicorns. I have 2 doctors, master, and 2 companions, and a Draco Malfoy that's small. I might need a Snape that's small. So I signed up for Reducio, so I might make, and the theme of this month's Reducio is potions, so I might make a small Snape and turn him in.
You could give him a yellow shirt.
Oh, I already have a small thing.
Like underneath. Oh, you do, the fedoras. Unless you turn that in for something else.
Well, I am passionate about small things, so I could turn it in for that class too.
Okay.
I also have socks that I need to make, so I need to find the colors of the socks that I need to make in a flag, maybe. I'll think about it. I have small things I have to make this month. So yeah, but now we're just talking, so.
About small things.
And we now know what the name of our podcast is. The Small Things. So don't forget to enter for our 100th episode giveaway. 100! That's amazing.
That is
100.
pretty crazy.
When we started, did you ever think we would be that far?
I don't know. Not really. I guess not.
Yeah.
How many years have
we started as an audio podcast,
been doing it?
And now we're a video. It's been at least a year.
It's been more than a year. I think I was... No. Was I pregnant with Truben when we started?
No. Were you? We'll have to go in our archives and look. Okay, so, also for the 100th episode, I'm going to open another thread that says, pronounce my name. If you want us to pronounce what we call you on the podcast, you can post it there. Or if you have a question for us or something that you want us to talk about for our 100th episode, that's what we'll do. It's not going to say what you want us to call you. It'll say 100th episode, what do you want to talk about? Something like that. Cool. I'll open a thread.
Sounds good.
So, until 100, we'll see you next time.
Toodles.
Bye.
Bye.